Last March, an unprecedented swarm of more than 30,000 earthquakes shook a corner of southwestern Iceland and rattled houses in the capital Reykjavik 20 miles away. Some tremors lasted only a few seconds. Others punched in at 5.4 on the Richter scale. Icelanders are used to earthquakes. The whole island is a volcanic hotspot. But this shook even the most stoic among them. Then, on March 19th, volcanologists reported the world's newest volcano had burst open, unleashing a spectacular fountain of lava from a tear in the Earth's crust. It's called, I'm only going to say this once, Geldingadalir. So far, the lava hasn't stopped gushing, and neither can we after seeing it from as close as we dared.
The story will continue in a moment.
This is what 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit looks like. Incandescent chunks of molten rock, some as big as cars, explode 200 feet in the air, hurled upwards by some of the most elemental forces on the planet. At every new cascade of lava, the Earth rumbles like thunder from an alien world. We watched as lava poured out of the crater, changing Iceland's map forever. It's incredible. We can feel the heat.
It's over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
And at 500 feet, we can still feel
yes. And if you go too close, you can burn the skin.
We had come to see Earth's newest real estate with Thor Thordarson, one of Iceland's top volcanologists. Even he seemed a little starstruck at nature's fireworks.
And I've been looking at activity like this for almost 4 decades. And I still get mesmerized when I see it.
Get mesmerized?
Yes, I just sit there and I can watch it day in, day out.
There are not many eruptions in the world where you can get this close. In March, it burst into the open in a lonely valley that was once an ancient Viking burial ground. Getting there felt like we'd stepped back in time. Prehistoric rocks littered the fields as our giant 4x4s raced along a dirt track, climbing the barren hills.
It's a good show, isn't it?
Oh my God, it's spectacular.
Yes.
At the top, Thordarson grabbed his gas mask in case the volcano belched out dangerous sulfur dioxide gas.
Oxygen.
We followed, carrying emergency oxygen. It wasn't long before we were on hands and knees, searching for volcanic glass.
In here we have what we call tephra. We have thrown out the vent.
These little hair-like pieces here?
Yes, you see them in here. You see it? And the name Pele is here after the goddess of Pele.
Pele, goddess of volcano.
Yeah, yes, the volcano goddess in Hawaii.
From chunks the size of a car to little pieces that look like a strand of hair. And all of that coming out of that volcano.
Yes, absolutely.
The lava flows have been spectacular from the start, but the fountaining today was just out of the top drawer, just 10 out of 10.
If there's one person who's on close terms with the volcano goddess Pele, it's Bruce Houghton, Hawaii's state volcanologist. He and Thordarson have chased lava all over the world, so when Iceland blew, Houghton wasn't going to let it pass.
You go as quickly as you can. Many eruptions are over within a day or so. Thor had an inkling from way back that this was going to be a long one.
So you got up and flew in from Hawaii?
I waited. I believed him, but I waited, until I was certain that it had a long life ahead of it.
I think it is a beginning of a new eruption period.
A new eruption period?
Yes, and I think we're going to see many more eruptions in the peninsula over the next, let's say, 200 to 400 years.
That prospect has scientists scrambling to get here, the slow, steady lava flow fueling speculation of a new seismic era. Most eruptions, like the one in 2010 that shut down European air travel, pack an explosive punch. This one is a dream, It means scientists can collect a treasure trove of data and home in on the holy grail of volcanology, how to predict an eruption.
The worst thing you can do, ironically, in a volcanic eruption is to tell the population there's going to be an eruption sometime in the next 3 years, and then walk away and leave them with that. But it's trying to get to the point where you can offer a few days to a few weeks warning. And that's something, so far, we don't do that very well.
Is this helping you hit that sweet spot?
We hope it will, but at the moment, we're just gathering the raw material. It's not like the Moses bringing the tablets off the mountain. You know, it's something that takes a long time to address all of the different lines of evidence.
Eventually, where we want to take the science of volcanology is to be able to predict, but also even forecast eruptions. It took meteorology over 200 years to come up with a decent weather forecast. So we've only been at this for 100 years.
Not us. Of course. Maybe collectively it's getting close, but...
For the record.
One of the next generation of scientists trying to unlock the Earth's secrets is Texas-trained geochemist Ed Marshall.
So this is all still being pushed out? Yes, exactly.
A self-described lab rat, he couldn't believe his luck to be working at the University of Iceland when the eruption happened. Now he dresses for the office in a heat-protective suit. Digging past the cooled rock at the edge of the lava field, Marshall scoops up the smoldering lava and douses it in water. The flash cooling turns the lava instantly to glass.
So when we take hot lava and we flash cool it into a glass, we preserve all of the chemistry that is locked away in the liquid lava.
It's still warm. Now, what will you learn from this?
So from these samples, we can study their compositions and learn where the lava came from and what's happened to it on the way to the surface.
And how far down are we talking?
In this case, about 9 miles.
That's the deepest in thousands of years.
This eruption is really a conduit to the Earth's mantle that we haven't been able to touch in Iceland in historic time.
As we talked, the 30-foot lava wall continued to crack and crumble, pushing slowly towards us.
You first came out here when this first started to erupt.
That's right.
What did this valley look like then?
Well, this valley that we're in now had no lava in it at all. And what we're seeing is lava slowly coming out of the vent and just filling up the area around it like a bathtub.
How soon would that wall make it here?
It depends. It could be here in by the end of the day, potentially.
20 to 30 feet in about a day.
Yeah, that's right.
That's incredible.
It's not just scientists who've been transfixed by the eruption. This is a country that names its children after volcanoes, so no surprise that more than 90,000 have made the pilgrimage to see it. And who could pass up a ready-made barbecue? There are lava dogs, lava s'mores, lava selfies. At dusk, the crowds grew thicker, so one night, we decided to join them.
Look at that. Don't see that every day.
No, you don't.
Wow.
We had asked Kristen Jónsdóttir, head of Iceland's earthquake monitoring, to come along. She told us most eruptions in Iceland start with a big bang. Not this one. Instead, the earth unzipped itself in almost a straight line. Lava boiled up, spreading to 2 vents, then 9. Now, vent number 5 is the only one still active on this southwest peninsula. Jónsdóttir told us that wasn't the only surprise.
We have not seen an eruption on the peninsula for 800 years.
800 years?
Yes, so this is something that I was not expecting to happen in my lifetime.
How long can this keep up?
We don't know. That's the honest answer. We are not seeing any signs of a decrease. So we don't know.
Just when we thought we had seen it all, the volcano had another idea. We watched as a huge stream of lava slithered down a new path into the valley. When we went to take a closer look, we couldn't believe our ears. It sounded like broken glass. It was a molten lava fall.
We're about 10 feet away. I'm not sure I can get much closer. Yeah, I'm not sure I can get much closer than this. It's about 10 feet away, burns your face.
But it was hard to turn away.
You can see also over there, like you can see the glow inside.
With more active volcanoes than almost anywhere else on Earth, seismologist Kristin Jónsdóttir told us it's not hard to be moved by Iceland's volcanic arsenal. And to see what she meant, we traveled inland.
We are now flying along the western volcanic zone.
So each one of those craters, there has been a volcanic eruption out of one of those craters.
Yeah, exactly.
We flew along a deep trench that stretched for miles. Jónsdóttir told us Iceland straddles the border of two tectonic plates. The friction between the plates creates earthquakes and an opening for lava to escape.
Yeah, so this is a fissure. So you can see there's a whole lot of opening happening here.
Now, would this be a place where during a quake the lava would come from these fissures?
Might do.
We flew past mountains of ash 10,000 years old, more remnants of past eruptions. We were heading to Katla, one of the island's most violent volcanoes, its center covered with a vast glacier twice the size of Manhattan.
If this were to blow, is this one of the most explosive volcanoes on the island?
Yes, it is.
Would this stop air traffic all over Europe like the last one did?
It might do.
When's the last time it erupted?
It erupted last time in 1918, but before that it had eruptions quite regularly every 50 years.
So it's long overdue.
It's long overdue.
So is it smart for us to be here right now?
Jónsdóttir assured us that Katla was showing no signs of waking up just then. 6 seismic monitors record Katla's every hiccup, part of an extensive network that includes GPS sensors and satellite images.
I'm mostly interested in what is happening underneath the ground, the stuff that we don't see. How do we put together that image of what's happening on the ground, and how do we forecast or predict what's going to happen next?
And so what's going on right now that's helping you get closer to that goal?
Absolutely. So with every eruption, we learn something about the structure of the volcanoes, and not only in Iceland, but this has also an impact worldwide.
In the land of fire and ice, the volcano bug bites hard. This latest eruption is the perfect recruitment tool for a new generation of volcanologists. Chasing lava, one scientist told us, it shakes you to your core.
Streaming now on Paramount+. What did 60 Minutes Plus find to be the most dangerous part of their trip to Iceland?
We're getting out of here. Come. There's too much gas.
Go to 60minutesovertime.com.